Hey guys, Donnie RightSide here. Bookmakers Review Combine Week in Indianapolis to see who's going to be drafted number 1, 2, 5, 15, 30, 40. You get the picture here. We're going to figure out sooner than later for the NFL draft, and the Combine is a part of the process. But the one thing we want to look at today is the quarterbacks in the NFL. Which teams actually need them, and are there enough free agents to go around? Now, we did see the salary cap increase per team by $30 million. That should alleviate some of the problems with teams trying to re-sign their own guys. But before we get there on the free agent process, if we look at the draft, what are the teams that need a quarterback? The Chicago Bears need a quarterback. Probably going to move on from Justin Fields. Pick number 2 goes to the Washington Commanders. They need a quarterback and probably will be picking so at number 2. And the same thing with the New England Patriots in that 3 spot. They'll be picking quarterback as well. But how about this? In that 4 hole is the Arizona Cardinals sending out a tweet this week on X that basically said, hey, our number 1 guy is Kyler Murray. Is that sort of smokescreen subterfuge right there? Do they actually think Kyler Murray is going to be their starting quarterback, or do they want to put that out there so as many teams might pass them by and they find a quarterback gem like Jaden Daniels if he does fall to number 4 to sign him? But if we're looking at the free agent class here, it's not a great one. It typically never is, because if you have a good quarterback, you're going to sign him long term and never let him get to the free agency market here. Taking a look, Kirk Cousins of the Minnesota Vikings. I think he's probably going to come back to Minnesota because Minnesota does need a quarterback at this point. You take a look at number 2, it's Baker Mayfield of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have stated repeatedly they would like to re-sign Baker Mayfield. Of the other free agent quarterbacks out there, Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett, Joe Flacco, Jameis Winston, Ryan Tannehill, Mason Rudolph, Sam Darnold, Josh Dobbs. You get the picture here, right? It looks like you have 2 feasible quarterbacks up top in Kirk Cousins, who will cost a lot of money, then followed by Baker Mayfield, who they're hoping to re-sign down in Tampa. These guys' starting prices are going to be at least $40 million per year, and there's no guarantee that these guys are going to absolutely excel. You take a look at Baker Mayfield. Was it a one-off, and he finally played well in Tampa Bay? And also Kirk Cousins, getting up there a little bit in age after tearing his Achilles. That certainly doesn't look out well. But for the teams that need quarterbacks, most of them are going to hunt here in the draft and pick their guy. We talked about a team like the Minnesota Vikings, who probably want Kirk Cousins back. If they don't get him back, they sit in that 11th spot. Do they trade up in the draft if they figure Kirk Cousins isn't the quarterback for them and they don't want to pay that big price tag and they want to move up? They can certainly do that. Everybody needs a quarterback, right? If you don't have one, there's very few teams in the NFL, probably 10 to 15, who wouldn't move on from their quarterback, which really leaves another at least 15 quarterbacks that teams are looking to get out from under. And also keep in mind, the reason why you're drafting high typically in the draft is because you don't have a quarterback and you certainly need one. Let's watch how the draft plays out and also how much money Kirk Cousins is actually going to make in free agency. I'm Donnie RightSide for Bookmakers Review, and as always, good luck on those wagers.